I'm Dara Halpin and I'm the founder of Sheela.ie, and you're very welcome to our YouTube channel. At Sheela, we're on a mission to empower you to take care of your pelvic floor health. This week's video is all about how to manage what fluids you're drinking when you have pelvic floor issues like incontinence. Many people with urinary incontinence, that's people who leak wee, are tempted to drink less to manage their symptoms and reduce accidents. But like most things to do with pelvic floor health, it's not that simple. Water is essential for most of our bodily functions. It regulates body temperature, keeps our joints lubricated, delivers nutrients to cells, keeps our organs functioning properly, and is important for sleep quality, our ability to think, and even our mood. It's also essential for removing waste from the body in the form of sweat, wee, and poo. Providing our bodies with less water than we need will damage our immune response, how our brains work, and reduce blood flow to our muscles. It also increases our likelihood of kidney stones, urinary tract infections, and bladder inflammation. Drinking less water also makes your wee more concentrated. Concentrated urine has a stronger smell, which could make you more self-conscious if you have any leaks, and can irritate the bladder, making frequency and urgency symptoms worse. Dehydration can also lead to constipation, which puts more pressure on the pelvic floor muscles. If you need to know more about how to avoid constipation, I'll link to a video on that below this one. So, exactly how much liquid should we be drinking? Like most things to do with pelvic floor health, there's no direct answer to this question either. Most people should be drinking about 2 litres of fluid each day, but you'll need more if you're physically active or you're in a hot climate. The precise recommended amount is based on your weight, 24 millilitres per kilogram every 24 hours. It's simpler to use the colour of your wee as a guide. If you're hydrated, your wee will be pale yellow and have a faint smell. It will always be more concentrated in the morning as your liver keeps working and making urea overnight even when you're not taking in any liquid. All liquids, including smoothies and soups, contribute to your daily fluid intake, so you don't need to overdo it and have 2 litres of water on top of the milk in your cereal, your morning coffee, the soup you have for lunch, and the smoothie you have in the afternoon. On the other hand, 2 litres is not a limit, and you need to pay attention to your body and drink water when you're thirsty. Most people will need a wee between 15 minutes and 2 hours after having a drink. If you're hydrated, it can take as little as 5 minutes to feel the urge, but if you're dehydrated, it could take as long as 8 or 9 hours. The exact amount of time it takes between having a drink and needing a wee depends on how much water is already in your body, your age, the volume of water you drink, whether you have an overactive bladder, the weather, certain medications, and more. The key to ensuring you're hydrated while managing urinary incontinence symptoms is to be mindful of when and what you're drinking. Try the following strategies to avoid leaking and make sure your body's hydrated. Get your 2 litres a day. Being sufficiently hydrated will ensure good blood flow to your muscles so they can work properly and help remove waste from your body. Spread your fluids throughout the day. Sipping your liquids will ensure you get the maximum benefit without overloading your bladder at any one time. If you're worried about wetting the bed, limiting fluids an hour or so before bedtime can reduce the need to go to the toilet in the night. Make sure you empty your bladder the last thing before you get into bed. You can also use this trick before any car journeys or temporary situations where you won't have immediate access to the toilet. Just be sure you top up your fluid intake once you're close to the bathroom again. Water is the best liquid for your bladder because it doesn't cause any irritation. At least half of the liquids you drink should be water, but you could also have some healthy alternatives like a herbal or decaf tea or coffee, hot or cold, squash or barley water, or low acid fruit juices like pear or apple diluted with water. Avoid drinks that irritate the bladder. Alcohol is a bladder stimulant and a diuretic, which means it causes more wee to be produced and encourages the body to push more water through your kidneys. That's why you often feel dehydrated when you drink alcohol, and you'll need to take in more water to balance out this effect. Caffeine is similar. Acidic drinks like fizzy drinks and some fruit juices like citrus and pineapple can also irritate the bladder. The bottom line is, don't be tempted to limit your fluid intake to manage your incontinence symptoms. Spreading your fluid intake throughout the day and making sure you avoid bladder irritants will help manage your incontinence symptoms and support your pelvic floor function. Drinking enough water is one of the 5 habits for a happy pelvic floor we talk about in Sheela's guide. If you'd like more simple lifestyle tips to support your pelvic floor health, you can download a free copy from our website. I'll pop a link below this video. That's it for this week. We hope you enjoyed this video and let us know what you think in the comments below. If there's anyone you think could benefit from this information, please do share it with them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you don't miss next week's video with more practical hints and tips to help you support your pelvic floor health. Thanks for watching.